Welcome back to The Art of Self. I'm Asada, and this is...
I'm Fernanda.
And here we are with Mekia, the co-founder, Casa de Aum. And Mekia, can you show us around? Today, super excited to see.
She loves you too.
Yeah, nice to see you. The heart of Casa de Aum. Okay. And you were telling us that you prepare one of the hearts of Casa de Aum. You were telling us that you prepare the food.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I prepare the food here for the guests who stay here. Normally the guests stay for 30 days and their meal is included, 1 meal a day, plus a snack.
Okay.
A snack in the afternoon and then dinner about between 4 and 6 p.m.
Okay.
And recently I opened serving meals to the public so they can order and we'll get it delivered daily.
Okay. One of my favorite dishes of yours is the jambalaya. The veggie jambalaya that you made.
Yes.
Is that on the menu?
Not this week.
Okay. Okay. So the menu changes weekly.
Yes, it does.
Okay. And this is all vegan, vegetarian
All
food?
plant-based.
All plant-based.
Home style comfort food. When I became vegan and vegetarian, I wanted something that wasn't going to taste like cardboard.
Okay.
And we went vegan in 2007. So back then it was like no plant-based butter, no anything. So I had to learn. And then I wanted just to make meals for my children who went to school, so that their meals didn't look different than anyone else's. And that it had all the same flavor and, just but plant-based. So that's what I do here. Today's menu is quinoa, and it's like a quinoa cocoa with cabbage, pickled cucumbers, soy crumbles, and lots of other goodies, lots of other vegetables.
Okay. That's amazing. So in the center, what is one of your goals for as far as food? Are you changing the trainees' diets, or are you inspiring them to have a better lifestyle while they're here? What is your culinary goals?
Okay, well, everyone who comes here isn't plant-based. So
Okay.
that's another reason why I wanted to create meals that could show them that they could be plant-based.
Mm-hmm.
And it's working. They like it.
Okay.
And I just wanted to offer them something different, not to change, but to let them know that good food is available.
Okay, that's great. Something that I love is that you and Khalief are a husband and wife team doing this. This has been your vision for how long?
Well, it's been Khalief's vision for, I think maybe between 7 and 10 years.
Wow.
He's always wanted to do this, but serious maybe the last 4 years.
Okay.
So he's been talking about it, and then we found the perfect place and were able to do it.
I wanted to share a little bit of the story you were telling me that when you came to see just a house that was whatever amount of bedroom house, and then you found out what is the...
We just wanted a 5-room home because we were bringing my mother with us, and we just wanted comfortability. And there's not a lot of 5-bedroom homes in Merida, so we hopped on this, and when we walked in, the realtor told us it's a yoga studio. So Khalief and I looked at each other like, what? We were so excited. And that told us.
Okay.
So
that and the maracuya tree that's right outside this window.
Maracuya tree. Wow, it's my favorite.
That is amazing. It's really cool how you attract things.
Yes.
And this is a perfect example of you attracting your desires that was your plan for such a long time ago. So it is so beautiful to see that.
Yes. Thank you.
And we know you have to run, but can you briefly tell us what else is your role here? I know that you do the cooking, and what else do you do here at the center?
Hospitality, and taking care of all the guests and tending to their needs. I recently finished my teacher training. I have to do one more test out, but
Congratulations.
I'm going to add that to the list. And hopefully within the next month or so, we're going to get a food truck.
Wow.
So people can drive up and come get their food. That's my goal and my dream. So
I love
I'm
it.
excited, super excited about that.
Awesome.
We're super excited for you, and we wish you the best.
Yes, congratulations.
Everything,
It's
yes.
beautiful to see your growth. Amazing.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you wanted to share before you go?
I don't know. Come visit.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Come
yes.
see what it's all about. We will welcome you with open arms and love.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Mekia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Hi. Thank you. Love this.
This is a moringa tree that had to get cut because it was turned down a neighbor's wall. So we cut the moringa tree and did a workshop on it. Saved it, made seeds, made moringa powder. So we're now using like the sticks and the debris. We're gonna put that in the tub over there to build it. We're building like a flower bed over there. But this is all from the moringa tree. So we just preserved it as much as possible. Use the seeds, use some of the bugs, the weeds, etc. Yi, and she's born in China, raised in Philly, lived in Haiti last 10 years. And she came and she planted some trees for us. So one of these is a calabash tree. She may have wrote it. Calabash. Two of them are what do you call it? Passion fruits. We have an arrowroot, banana. And so these are trees we just planted that she's gonna plant up. They've been always a stick when they plant something. And these are things that like the guests have, projects they have done. So like whoever stays here, it's like whatever skill sets you bring that to the community. Some people who like be in the garden, they do the garden. Some people like to build things, they build things. Some people come just for yoga. Some people come and want to do the kitchen, they want to help with the kitchen, they do those kind of things. So a lady named Monique, who's in Ghana now, and she came and she was building some of the food and the plants and then putting some of the labels. All the guests get bikes, so they can come, they can bike wherever they want to ride to town. Like this is a necessity for them to ride the bikes. These are the hammocks. As of recently, we've been having a lot of guests sleep in the hammock.
They're so comfortable.
Sleeping outside, like they've been so cool to rather sleep outside. This is one of our Reiki symbols. So they put Shoku Rei here, the Reiki symbol. We had a Reiki workshop. A lady from Atlanta did a Reiki workshop, and I think it was 10 of us that got initiated into the level 1 Reiki. This is where we do most of our composting. So we compost, we don't throw anything in the trash. So we start, this is the starting point of the compost. You'll put the food here, and then it ends up piling up like this, all dirt and soil. So this is our big compost, and then we end up feeding it to the plants, right? So we compost, try not to throw any trash away. Try not to throw any waste here. So we have the compost in there. And Anya does most of the composting. Anya and Pepe are from Oaxaca. They've been here with us since December 26th. Yep, they've been here Pepe did the teacher training, and then he's assisting me in this teacher training. He's doing the translations in Espanol for me. So like I'll teach in English, and then we have three natives, locals here. You know, and two of them don't speak really any English at all, and one from Spain speaks very little.
So you live on the property?
Yeah.
This is okay. Wow.
Guests stay here. I very rarely leave the house these days. I'm home all the time. I'm always here. Like I very rarely leave. Yeah, I very rarely leave. I do my yoga on this tree. Like tree yoga, we got a bunch of tree huggers. We do our ice bath out here in the front. Yeah, we very rarely leave. At Las Américas, we have the Oxo right across the street. This is a neighborhood, it's a community, so I'm always here.
Khalief, when you say tree yoga, what do you mean?
Oh, so I'll do some things like such. Let me show you. So like I'll lay on, I do a shavasana, open up my shoulders. I might be here for 3 to 5 minutes. And it's reflexology at the bottom of my feet as well from pressing to rocks. Then I'll come, some shoulder openers. I'll do shoulder openers inside. I can think open my shoulders like such. Use the tree. Hug it. I lean on it to open up. Stay here for about 3 minutes. One side to my opposite side. Do some side body stretches. Dr. Jerica from Philadelphia came and visited us and introduced me to this. She was out here on the tree doing yoga every day. Ever since she left, I do it every day. She was telling me about the reflexology. I'll do things like such. I might even stretch my wrists out. Each side. Some squats. Open up my back. And I always end with a good shavasana to lean back. It's about like 30 minutes ago.
Love it.
The tree. And like up this side. You got something on this side or anything like that?
Here we are with Khalief, the co-founder, or would you say founder of Casa de Aum?
Oh yeah, maybe I'm a servant right now. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of the work, you know. But yeah, okay, co-founder is okay. Yeah, that's fine. It works for me. See.
So can you tell us the heart of your project, like the donation-based yoga
Yeah.
center?
So see, I was changed a few years ago here in Merida. I met a young lady at a Temazcal. She was the only Mexican woman at the Temazcal. It was a bunch of expats there, and I'm like, well, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, you know, my neighbor, one of her neighbors was one of the expats, and then I don't know what happened. Maybe we exchanged Instagrams, but then she invited me to a yoga class, and she invited me to a yoga studio right around the corner from La Plancha, the park where they do the morning walks, I believe. There's a yoga studio right around the corner from a yoga community called Ananda Marga, and we did class. After class, we sat down and they fed us. We ate as a community. So I'm like, well, like, what do I, like, you know, what's the cost? And that was donation based, and that like changed a lot of things for me, right? To see that, and I asked them a little bit about that process, and they believe in the practice being donation based, so cost is not a barrier for people. And you know, I brought that back to our like community in Philadelphia, and it didn't really make sense for us in the studio in Philadelphia because you know we pay rent on the space. It doesn't really all the way work from the way we thought about it, and it really went down a rabbit hole of like how can we make things more cost effective, where like cost isn't a barrier, class isn't a barrier, especially like you don't even know if you want to participate in this or if you're gonna like it. So if it's a cost, it can be a barrier. So we really exploring like how can you do donation based, what can you do, like how can it work, and this particular arrangement seems to work. And yeah, we want it to be available to the community. I say that you need it the most when you can't afford it. And when you don't have the money to get the class is when you really need the class. That's when you're most stressed. That's when you're most worried. That's when you're most anxious, when you don't have finances. So like where it has become in the West like a middle class to upper class practice, people who have disposable income and time, able to come to yoga, meditation. But I feel like people who are actually stressing and going through hard times, they need it most. So like that donation-based model helps us in that fashion. Like just come. If you want to give something today, you can. If you can't, that's fine. Like no one's clocking you on your donations. Yeah, and it's just the offering. That's what we chose. So now it's very hard to even really charge prices. Now, once you go to donation model, you see so many people come. Someone may come and give you 20 pesos. Some may come and give you 200 pesos. It can vary. Some may come and not give nothing today. It may not give nothing in the next class, and then one class they'll come and give you 300 pesos, like making up for classes they miss. It varies, but that's just like a model that we feel comfortable with.
And that's a beautiful way to really embrace giving, right? I think it's the components of spirituality. It's the really doing what you love, helping people in the best way possible, which is whatever you can. And I think spiritually, God, or many people say many names, but whatever is this force or this creator created us to also give.
Yes.
Because he gives to us all of this beautiful space that you have, and the plants and the birds that we hear. It's all free.
All free.
Right?
All free.
So I think it's you modeling a little bit of what we are here to do, really, to be able to give. And it's a beautiful thing. And it's kind of interesting to see all this, Khalief, because I remember a while back, I don't know if you remember, but you were talking to me about a little bit of your dreams and that you wanted to create. And then coming here and seeing this space, it's like, this is faith coming to fruition. This is really cool. I'm really happy for you and Mekia and everything that you've been doing for the community, for the mental health of community, and also especially teaching others. And I want you to tell us a little bit about your teachings, how you're doing it, and what is the teaching program?
Okay, so it's a few programs, right? For one, we offer apprenticeships for maybe I would say world travelers, people that's maybe coming from the States. We've had some folks from Belgium, different parts of the world come. They'll stay. Some of them are teachers. Some of them are just yoga practitioners. Some of them may have only done, maybe we had one lady come and only have done 2 yoga classes in her life. But she was scouting Merida as a potential moving place, and also looking for community and wanted to like soften up and just get into her parasympathetic nervous system, like calm down. She said she was very stressed from the work that she does and taking care of her mother. And in that case, she just offered and did the program, and we do an asana class every morning. We do meditation every day. And then there's always something else, like whether it's breath work, pranayama, we do cold plunges, we do excursions, we go take everyone to do Temazcal. So really depending on what they need, we do art classes, we do drawing classes, we have cacao ceremony, we have music circles. So it really depends on the energy of the space, who's here. We offer it as an opportunity for like teachers who maybe don't teach back home, maybe can't get into a studio, maybe did a yoga training years ago and just had the certification sitting on the shelf. They can come and get experience, teach to the locals, teach to whoever comes, a part of the donation-based studio. They get offerings. We split it 60-40 with them. Teachers take 60%, the shala takes 40%. So offer them opportunities to earn, and it's whatever they want to offer. We've had Thai massage, we had Reiki, we've had sound bowl, we have meditations, we have all different variations of what they offer. Right, so I call it like a yoga playground. Like I tell them to come and do the thing that you can't do at home, or do the thing that you've been thinking about that you haven't had the space to do it. Maybe a yoga studio doesn't want to offer that. It's something new. They don't know about it. So like come be creative and create that thing that you want. And that's what I love for the
What
space
I
to be.
really liked was when you showed us the tree yoga. So I don't know where we're gonna put this without, just we can be doing this. These little simple things. That's not only hugging the tree, but using the tree as our
Base,
base.
heart
Exactly.
opening,
Thank
yeah.
you. The base and being able to stretch and stretch your arms. And feeling the energy from the tree too, because it has a lot of energy and vibration from just the tree. So it's an exchange of energy with that tree. And I think I've done it before, but not thinking it could be a thing.
Exactly.
I think I've used the tree sometimes too, but now I'm going to intentionally do it because I saw you and it's a thing. It's really what I felt was real. Like I was feeling good when I did this with the tree. The tree is my baby.
A community member from Philadelphia named Dr. Jerica. She's a comedic yoga instructor. She's a doctor as well. She was here with her mother for a week. And she just kept leaning on the tree, and she was like, this tree yoga is a thing. She's like, but then you have the rocks, the reflexology on the bottom of your feet from the actual rocks. So you have to try it. And I just fell in love with it and been doing it every day ever since. Very relaxing, very calming. I actually do that before I get in that terrifying cold plunge, the ice bath. I go on the tree, ground myself, then I get in that ice bath. That ice bath is intense.
Ice bath. Have you ever done ice bath? I have too.
Yes, it's really, it's like you're alive.
I would love to do it.
Yes.
Let's put it this way. It's going to be a hard time doing it.
Yes, but it is.
It is amazing.
I've heard it has so many benefits.
Yes.
Getting out of it is the best. Like when you get out, you feel so good. You feel so good. That's something we do once a week. We either Wednesdays or Sundays. We do once a week. Again, one of our residents who live here, Gabrielle, does it. He's done our teacher training recently as well, so he's a yoga instructor. One thing that the non-Demarga community, that space where I learned about donation base, they also have monks. They have 150 of these kind of things around the world. And the monks really put us in a mentorship with me and told me about how to open one of these, but also how you enter into foreign countries when you're a guest, when you are not from the country. And one of the big things was empower the locals and present locals as teachers. So not just coming like, hey, look at me, I'm a foreigner, this is my place, this and that. Like, how can you empower locals? And one of the challenges we had initially was getting yoga instructors who already are teachers to divulge their time in a donation-based studio, a new and donation-based. Like, well, how much am I getting paid? We don't know. We don't know what the donations are. And so I felt there was a little resistance there. So it's like, well, create the teachers. So we did a teacher training, and made sure that we had some locals in there so we can empower some locals. Pepe, who's been with us since December 26th, did our first training. And but even before the training, he had about 3 months of meditation every day, cold plunge every day. So already embodying that yoga principles, that lifestyle. And now he's assisting me in our current training, doing the translations. And we have 4 native Spanish speakers in the training, 3 locals, and 1 from Spain. So a great vibration, and just creating that space to be able to empower them to the community so people can feel safe coming into the community. We took our time with launching as far as come to the studio for the locals. We wanted some Spanish classes in Spanish. We didn't want them to come to a place where there's no Spanish offerings. There was a yoga studio in America and there was no English. We'd just be like, I don't know, what is that studio space, right? So them having that same energy, so empowering the locals, really building that bond and that connection. We're all interconnected. We say we're all one. Right. Then there's a lot of barriers there in culture, so they're trying to remove those cultural barriers and meet within a space of healing, meditation, high vibrations, and it's been amazing. There's been a lot of support from the locals.
So Khalief, can you tell us more about your background? Your yoga background, or just who you are anyway as a person?
Hey, it's a complex story, right? As far as where do we start? As far as yoga, I got into yoga around 2007 or 8. Around 2007, 2008, I was healing from a car accident, near-death experience. And I was using yoga as one of my healing modalities. and also into learning about the yoga principles as far as meditation, breathwork through African spirituality through the Mechu Netter before I knew it was yoga. Right, so like on my recovery bed after my accident, I was reading the Mechu Netter every day, doing the meditations, using that as a healing modality to heal myself. I tore my ACL, MCL, PCL in my right knee, fractured my vertebrae, and I chose no surgery. So I chose all natural healing, and I was reading the Mechu Netter and placing hemotype magnetic stones on my knees, wherever the ligaments were supposed to be, and just envisioning my ligaments fusing back together. And I couldn't walk, so I was on bed rest for 30 days. So every day was just envisioning. So that kind of like sparked that yoga mission, like, really believing in you can heal yourself, like having to do it, literally do it. It was like, oh wow, I have to learn more about my body. I have to empower that at all times. So I've been on that path since maybe about 2007, 2008. As a healing modality. So I was in the music business for a long time, since maybe 2001, 2002. Used to do hip hop, be on 106 in Park and MTV. I'm dating myself talking about BET and MTV. Yeah, 106 in Park. Like, what? How old are they? Like, yeah, I'm dating myself in the 80s, but back then. And then I stopped hip hop. And after the near death experience, I wanted to get back into music. Like, I felt like, okay, you're here for a calling. So I started doing like electronic dance music and like traveling the world from that. But during that time, I would say that I felt that my spirituality was like waning. Right? I felt myself just so much chasing the music and doing whatever it took that I wasn't really grounded in my spirituality. And then maybe 2012 or 13, I went to Egypt to perform. I booked for 2 shows in Egypt. And when, at the pyramids, I just decided, like, I don't want to do music no more. Like, I quit. I'm doing yoga. So, that was a transition, because coming home and I'm telling you have lawyers and you have managers and you have family who know you as this thing, and this is what we're doing, and everybody has a mission of trying to help the music grow. And I'm like, well, I'm not doing it no more. Like, I'm doing yoga. And it's like, you doing what? What do you mean you're doing? I don't even know what doing yoga means, but I'm like really focusing on my future. Yeah, I felt that, music was a young person's game. And, I felt like every day I was chasing the carrot. Like the stress of having to get it done today because I'm running out of time. I was like, why don't I start? I'm probably at that time 29, 30, 31. I'm like, why don't I start investing into my future and doing things that these days are making my 60s and 70s more valuable, opposed to now I'm in my 60s and 70s and all of my work is diminished because I'm too old for this space. So it's like, get into those kind of realms. And I'm like, I love yoga. I'll try what that is. And that kind of started the yoga journey. That started the...
Amazing. And I was very impressed when you said that you had a car accident, that you said fractured your...
Yeah, tore my ACL, MCL, and PCL on my right knee, so tore 3 ligaments. See?
I've seen you doing your yoga to your fullest, and you are those yoga instructors that you can turn upside down, inside out, and everything. And it's just so amazing to see how much strength you already have in your legs, in your entire body, but just how much strength you have. And one could never tell you went through so much problems with with the car accident that you have. So
it's tough.
So how much it healed you,
Yeah.
I think yoga healed you.
Yoga healed a lot. I will also say outside of that, just like love and forgiveness.
Yeah.
Like not holding any anger or resentment. Not really, never not believing that I could heal the self. Just trusting the process. Trusting the process. Sometimes I forget about it until it's time to tell the story. This time is probably, 18 years ago. It's a long time. Long time. 2007. October 2nd, 2007 was the accident. Yeah, and ever since it's been a journey, continue to grow.
Yeah. And what were you saying about your journey? You said that after you went through the hip hop phase, you felt like music was for a young person.
Yeah.
And then
I started getting into the yoga, and more so, not even just, I was in electronic dance music, and I'm not sure if we all are familiar with that, but there are festivals, 80,000 kids, 70,000 kids. There's a lot of like death and overdose and drugs involved. And it was getting very hard for me to see young children suffering through that, because at the time I had a 22-year-old son. At the time, he might have been 11 or 12. And I was seeing kids that looked like him, not too much older than him, out there like really having drug seizures and like overdosing on drugs. And that it just became too detrimental to my spirituality. I didn't feel like I was in the right alignment. Like it was no need to be in that. So I just kind of like gave it up and got into did a yoga training in probably 2014, 2015. I did my yoga training. And then from there, started teaching yoga to athletes, University, St. Joe's University. Still finding my way within that, and was teaching maybe about like 8 to 10 classes a week. Yeah, so building up a lot of experience. And then after in Yoga Alliance, you have accreditation after 1,000 hours of teaching. You are like, you can get leveled up to start doing teacher trainings, etc. And I was getting offers to teach in other people's trainings. And I just wanted to create one for our people, from our people, right? There's knowing how much we go through and experience as far as digging deep and dealing with some traumas, and realizing how I was a little shy to speak on some of my traumas because I'm the only man and the only black person, African-American person in the class. So it's like, how much more I would have been able to share and grow if I was culturally aligned. Like I could speak about things I knew that they could understand, opposed to something that someone would look at as like, you did what? Your parents, your father died in prison, your mother went to prison, like what? Like that. And for us, that could be common. That's just like, that's not bizarre. We're just feeling a little uncomfortable with sharing those things. So we like, you want something, you create it. Like, if that what you want to exist, if it doesn't exist, create it. So we created a training in 2020 and started doing teacher trainings. And that just evolved into like community. We graduated over 100 African-American yoga instructors since 2020. So like it take a lot of like, very happy about that, knowing that we are helping folks from melanated communities or underserved communities be able to offer that in their communities. Because who comes to us are therapists, doulas, artists, teachers, people that have that's already in the healing modalities looking to add yoga to their offerings. So we work with a lot, like, at least from the African American community, it's a lot of people that's already in it. Like, I want to add yoga. And from that, we realized, it's community, because they need a place to recharge and reset. They will come to us on our yoga retreats. So from there, we moved to Mexico, and we're just on a mission of like wanting land and looking at things. And then we ended up here. So yeah, it's been a journey.
What was the hardest thing to completely change the trajectory of your life, which was music, but deep inside you felt it was time to move to a more soft life and spiritual life and giving and teaching. So what was the hardest thing to do? Because probably there's a lot of people that want to make this leap of faith, but it's hard.
I think the main thing was like really releasing about worrying about people's opinions of me and pleasing others, or feeling the need that I have to do this because of this person, or how are they going to see me, was the biggest thing. And then the second was also just accepting to myself of like not looking at all the things I had done in the past was wasted. Like, when you start a project, you're doing something for so long, it's like, I can't let that go, because I've been doing this for X amount of years. Like, how can I just change? Like, was that all a waste? Like, what was that? So it took a while for me to really wrap my mind around that, and to really it's still a daily struggle of not caring what others think, right? Because in the moment, whenever someone tells you what they think about you, it sparks some sensation. You can get over it, but that's just a daily work process. I don't think that most of us are never completely over that. But that was probably the biggest challenge, of being comfortable with that. But after that, it was pretty easy.
It's actually a relief.
Relief,
right?
like it's a relief. Yeah, the rebirth, and then being so focused on what the new process is, that not really even having time to look back, or any time to even ask what others' opinions are, because I have work to do in this space. So yeah, but I think that's the biggest thing: overcoming how people are looking at you and what they think of you. Like writing your own story and not living in the story that you think you should be living in. Yeah.
I have a question for you. So, what is it to you? What does it mean to you to living your dream right now with your partner, Mekia, by your side, helping you do this?
Yeah, it's feel like heaven, honestly. You know, sometimes that can feel insincere to be saying that. We know it's so much going on in the world right now. We know so many people that's going through like traumatic times, struggling, countries at war, protests, etc. I be feel over here like I'm in my little bubble of heaven. You know, it's just like so amazing and beautiful. It does have its challenges as well, but it was something that I probably never even foresaw or predicted. Mekia and I definitely always gave each other our space to have our own type of lifestyle. Right? It wasn't like I'm a yogi, oh, so now I'm a yogi, or like any of that. And even here, it's just like a mesh of what she does and what I do. You guys, I don't go in that kitchen. I'm never in there trying to tell her what she should do. I'm not in there helping. I stay out of her way. She stays out of my way. We assist each other when needed. And it's also much more than just us as well. We have so much help from others. Like, again, everybody in one of these houses help. When there's a drama, something, Kenyatta is our local therapist. She comes in. She's already went to school for that. She helps with that. She comes into any conflict resolution. Ice baths. We have Pepe and Anya who've been here with us, who does some of the daily. They help with the garden. They help clean up, sweep, and mop the shower for us. So it's been a communal effort.
Exactly. I think any business you have to have community to be healthy. You can only do so much. So you have to have the other elements to help in business, and that's especially if you don't want to be on the selfish side. And it's like giving, sharing, each one bringing out their beauty. There is no ego.
No ego with that.
That's the most important thing to be successful.
Yeah, and Mekia's just been beautiful to watch her growth as well, her evolution. I remember when I first met, we've been together 23 years now. Wow. 2000, we actually met 2002. And I just remember she telling me, like, I can't cook. And then
Mekia looks like she's 23.
I know.
How can you be 23?
Yeah, sure. She said, I can't cook. I can't cook. I can only cook. And I was like, you can't cook. It wasn't good. So now to see her like basking in that and like thriving in that, and to see that growth over 20 years, I told her the other day, like, I'll be a witness to watch you grow in that. Like, it's so beautiful is to see that, like, to go from that to now offering it and it actually being delicious. But I remember the day you said, I don't know how to cook. The first day after the cook for me, I don't know how. I'm not used to cooking. So like to see that, that growth has been amazing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing to have our children here, have our children participate in the meditations and be a part of it. They don't know what's going on. To them, it's just like, I don't know, but it's still, it's very, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for the opportunity and the blessing. And to have a partner like that that's also willing to allow you to be who you are and grow who you are and support that, and then actually encompass and put themselves in the vision and being able to make something together is a beautiful thing. Yeah.
And another lesson is that even if you don't know how to do something, but if you have that thing in your heart that I want to do this, it means already that you can learn this. You can. So if you have that intention, it's because you can learn it. Yes. So that's beautiful.
Yes.
And you all have 3 sons.
Yes.
So I know your youngest sons are here. How old are they?
15 and 14, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. 15 and 14, yeah, 15 and 14.
And do they practice yoga as well?
Yeah, they do yoga every once in a while. The thing that they have no way to get out of is the meditation. Okay. So like I impose the meditation. Yoga, I like, every once in a while I might make them come to a class, but I very rarely force the yoga on them. Okay. And we typically rebel at what our parents do anyway. We want to be a little different. Right, so just that concept of making them do that and then them rejecting it later, I let them grow into that. But the meditation is something that they really have to come to at least 3 times a week. They have to do the meditation with us in the group. Most of the time, 5 days a week. Maybe we give them a day off if they just like, it's time for meditation. If they just not ready, I might let them stay. But yeah, that's like a non-negotiable. Almost one of those things, because they regulating themselves and just want to make that experience. But the actual asana practice and doing the postures, when we have teens yoga, they do it. I very rarely force them to come to the yoga. Yeah, let that be optional for now. My oldest 22-year-old, he does yoga. Yeah, but those two, it's up to them. This is Mechi Nectar. This is the Bennu bird, which is very powerful and symbolic in African spirituality. That supports Sao, which is very symbolic in Mexican culture. So a local artist came and I told him what I kind of wanted, and then he created that and merged it. And this is like the DNA connection between the Olmecs, African spirituality, and Mexican culture.
This is cool.
Yeah, like how it's all interconnected.
And you're sitting on a yoga block, meditation block. So what are those good for?
So I like to sit on these so if I was to sit cross-legged, that I can get my hips above my knees. Because if I'm seated without the block and I cross-leg, my knees kind of go up. So this forces me to round my back to try to stay upright, so I'm extra stressed and my low back can start to hurt. Okay. So by sitting on the block, I just get that extra support so I can sit without having my hips above my knees so I can sit more comfortably here.
Is that the biggest use for that? Like, are there other things?
Yeah, other things as well. We can use this for postures. We can lay on it. We do heart benches on it. We can use it underneath our hands if we're folding. And so for a person says, oh, I can't go to yoga, I can't touch my toes. Like, okay, well, you fold, your hands might not touch the floor, but you can bring your hands to blocks. So we use the blocks to like shorten the space between our body and the floor. They can help us get deeper in posture. So there's so many different uses for the blocks. Okay. Yeah, but they're very viable, very useful. But many, I was resistant when I first did yoga, like a block mean I don't know what I'm doing. Or I'm not good enough, right? The ego talking.
Yeah, I thought it was for beginners too.
Yeah, no, it's the most advanced students use those blocks. Like they want that support that, it helps you open up in certain postures. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's good to know. Mm-hmm. And is there like, something that we can take with us, that something that, our viewers, Fernanda and I, we can take with us from you, this maybe something simple, maybe like a moment of meditation in the morning or a stretch that should be done, something that's easy for our business people on the move, on the go.
Well, we would call it the 6 movements of the spine, right? So the spine moves 6 directions, really 3, but just right and left. So you can do a lateral stretch to the right and to the left, the twisting right and left, and then the flexion and extension. So we could do cat-cows, or you can even just do it by opening the chest and bringing your arms forward. So we do this every day. If you just do this, move the spine in 6 directions, do a twist over to the right, twist over to the left, coming back and do your lateral stretch. Lean over to the left, hand to the floor, opposite side, right hand to the floor, bring the left arm overhead, lateral stretch, come back to center. That's just going to get the body prepped. And then from there, any form of meditation or breath work, I would highly recommend Om chants. Not everybody's comfortable with chanting Om, right? But Om chants create a certain vibration. So if I'm not chanting Om, then I recommend everyone do a quick breathing technique of taking your 2 fingers, close the ears, and you create a humming sound. We call it bumblebee breath. And it sounds like do about 5 of those humming, create some sound vibrations internally. It's very relaxing and calming. All right, and then whatever your meditation may be, just to sit, right? Just sit in stillness for a while, for 10 minutes if anything. And that just kind of like sets the tone for the day, something simple and easy. I would say around 9 Om chants and 9 Brahmari breaths on top of your 6 movements of the spine, and that'll set you up just to be pretty relaxed, to be on the go. You can do that in 10 minutes. Yeah, you can do that in 10 minutes. Yeah.
It does vibrate when I was doing it, and we are made of water, so when you vibrate, everything moves in you too. So it's very cool.
Real quick and easy.
I know that we're interrupting you during training right now.
No worries.
Session going on right now. Do you have any more questions for Khalief?
Oh, I'm good.
Thank you so much, Khalief. I mean, this is like, I'm so glad that we made it here
I'm thankful.
See this donation-based lifestyle. I mean, it's amazing, really.
Much
and
love.
It's beautiful to see you and see Mekia. 2 beautiful people. I love you both.
Much love you too.
Very excited to see.
Grow and you're the perfect people to lead this and do it and bring it to Merida.
Much love.
And thank you for your time. Thank you for your
Thank
energy,
you. Thank
the
you.
space, the love, everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
If
And
you're in
thank y'all.
Merida, come to Casa Aum.
Casa de Aum, yes, yes. Come check us out. Come check us out. And thank y'all for doing the work. Thank y'all for interviewing, for giving people voices, and just for the work that y'all been doing in Merida since I've been here. All the different things and just being in community, always being good vibes every time you've been around. Like never anything but good vibes and positive vibes. So much love to y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Much love.
Thank you for joining us.
Peace. Thank y'all.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so just tell us what you're doing and why.
We own community planting trees in Las Américas. Las Américas is known as having the least amount of trees in Merida. So we wanted to give back to the community, give back to the earth by planting more trees in the neighborhood. So we've been going to the parks, going to local families, knocking on doors, asking them do they want trees planted in front of their house. They're adopting trees. So as a group, as a collective, we come together and we've been out here in the hot sun planting trees. As you can see this beautiful tree beneath me, right? And we've just been putting in the work. It's very important to give back. This is karma yoga, being able to do things without looking to receive anything back. And they always say every human being should either write a book, have a child, and plant a tree. The least we can do is plant a tree. So today we planted close to 30 trees. Yeah, close to 30 trees. We didn't complete our goal of 40. It's very hot out here, but we'll come back out. So I want to thank everybody who joined us, everybody from Casa de Aum, all of the families that adopted trees. This is a beautiful collective. Without you, we couldn't do it. We couldn't be out here alone. So much love to everybody. Plant a tree, save the earth, save the soil, give back to Mother Earth because she gives to us so much. It's an opportunity to give.